Hello, hello, hello. This is an impromptu session. I wanted to respond to the entrance of Prime Energy into the South African market. But this video is directed towards Sbu. I wanted to give him some advice with regards to how to compete with Prime Energy. So if he were to see this video, which I don't know if he will see it, that's advice that I would give to him. Stick around. Let's get into it. So here are my thoughts. I've seen a lot of chat online with regards to this Prime Energy drink. I don't know anything about this Prime Energy drink. Total disclosure, I don't drink energy drinks. I don't drink sports drinks, Powerade or any of that stuff, Red Bull. I don't drink any of that stuff. In fact, I don't even, these days I'm even reducing my carbonated normal drinks, like fizzy drinks, like Coke and stuff. I'm on a mission to reduce those drinks. So I'm not exactly in that particular space of a consumer of those kind of drinks. But I understand that it's a big market. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry in the world. And I want to start by saying that I respect DJ Sbu. I respect the work that he has done over the years in South Africa. I mean, I followed his career from YFM, Cause FM, Metro FM. I respect what he's done with Mofire. It's like incredibly brave. Actually, it's brave. It's ballsy. Studying a product like that it's actually insane. And the fact that it has survived 9 years and is still going is actually insane. And I would like to say, well done, congratulations, Grootman, for that. And I'm going to say that I'm not going to pretend that I know everything with regards to business or with regards to manufacturing, but my background is engineering, so manufacturing is in there as well. And I've spent a big part of the last few years in either advising businesses, consulting with businesses, major businesses. So I have some experience in regards to this space, but I'm not going to say that I am an expert, because I'm not. And I'll say that if he takes advice, he'll have to take it to his team, to the advisors that he trusts the most, and see what they think about it. My understanding is that he has struggled to secure a wide-ranging distribution network for Mofire with the leading retailers in South Africa. That includes Pick n Pay, Spar, Checkers, and Shoprite, Massmart, and that has been a very painful, thorny issue on the side of growing his business. And if you just oppose that with how Prime Energy has just been able to almost instantly be able to get shelf space in Checkers, Shoprite, that's a gut punch. I understand the brave demeanor that he has taken with regards to Prime Energy. Yeah, but if we're being honest, my brother, Prime Energy does affect you. It does affect your business, and it does affect it negatively. And so if we're being real, it is an issue that you need to find a way of dealing with it and responding to it, so that you are able not to lose the small market share that you have gained so far. Even though you're saying that the different products, then it's not exactly different. That's those two products, energy drinks and sports drinks, are products that are basically equivalent products. and they work as substitutes if we're using that economics theory language. So it will affect you. And but I do respect the fact that you've been able to keep this thing going for 9 years and it's growing, and you've employed so many people. My suggestion would be, in order for you to be able to compete with these guys, or even to be able to compete with Red Bull, you need some sort of distribution network that is reliable and stable. And at a certain stage as an entrepreneur who makes products and manufactures products, you need to be at a place where you are actually able to control your own distribution network. Because if you are not able to control it, then you can't rely on its stability. I was actually involved in a huge farming startup situation a few years ago. We did a serious feasibility study. We spent lots and lots of amount of time doing research. We even had lease agreements for like 100-hectare farm, me and my partner at the time. And based on the feasibility study that we did, we realized that it doesn't really matter how good our product was if we are not able to, this is farming, if we are not able to put it in the shelves of South African stores. And there was no way for us to actually tell funders that retailers are going to put this product on our stores. There was just no way for us to get that. No matter how much we were trying, it was just almost impossible. That is when I realized something. I realized that sometimes when you are building a product, you need to start from back to front. And what do I mean by back to front? You need to start by securing the distribution network, even if you are not necessarily interested in the business of that distribution. If the distribution network itself is a strategic vehicle for your business, then you might be forced to go back a step a bit and secure the distribution before the product that you want to unleash. So in a sense, we've already unleashed a product. You still have an opportunity while you are doing what you are doing of doing something alternative on the side that's going to secure your distribution channels and a distribution vehicle. How does this look like? It looks like opening a supermarket in Johannesburg. Yes, absolutely. That will cost you roughly between 2 million rand to maybe 3 million rand. That's one mid-sized to big supermarket, which with an estimate of revenue of say 500,000 rand a week revenue. I know that some of the most best performing retailers in the country retail around 1.5 to 2 million rand a week in terms of revenue. But those are hypermarkets or maybe smaller supermarkets who are in critical like locations like, for instance, Pick n Pay Rondebosch. There are quite a few in the country. Maybe some of those stores that are at Center City. I'm pretty sure that those ones, they make 1 million to 2 million rand a week. But you don't necessarily need a store like that. You just need a store that makes like 500,000 rands a week. That will normally cost you 2 million rand to set up. 2 million rand. And so my question for me would be that, and why would that be helpful for you, my brother, DJ Sbu? It will be helpful because if you have a supermarket, it will probably be a franchise of some sort, whether a Pick n Pay franchise or OK Grocer, OK Foods, or anything along those lines. A SPAR. What would that mean is that you control whatever is on the shelf of that store. Because when you are a franchise owner, you have broad latitude of discretion in terms of what happens on the shelf, which means you control the shelf. So at this juncture, the only thing that it will cost you is 2 million rand, and someone that you can trust to manage that store. Because I'm assuming that you wouldn't have the capacity to run that store yourself. And probably the best way of getting someone to manage that store is to get an owner manager of some sort, someone who would be a minority shareholder to manage that store. Normally, supermarkets take 5 years in order for you to make the money back, the money that you put in. But in a place like Johannesburg, you can take a year, maybe 2 years to make the money back. And the benefit of opening a store like this would be that you're opening a store, you're making money from the store, which would actually, the store alone would be making you a millionaire, and it will secure you your shop space that you want. And you don't even need to publicize that the store is owned by you. You just need to have the store running and making money, and making sure that this is one store in Johannesburg where you can send more fire to products to. You can even make a rule that says that we only sell more fire in the store. You can do that as a shop owner in a franchise agreement. So that's one thing. And for me, because from what I've heard, DJ Sbu, my brother, saying that you are building something that is multi-generational. And so you're looking at the long term. So I don't know what your plan is right now in regards to your current distribution networks. But if we assume that whatever those plans are, you keep those in place, and you take 2 million rand, or you spend the next few months trying to raise 2 million rand, and then you open a store, which often look like buying an already existing store after looking at its financials, of course. And then in 2 years' time, get another store. And then in a few years' time, get another. Where the aim would look like having anything between 4 and 8 stores that are owned by and controlled by you in Johannesburg alone. That could potentially be the best thing that you might have ever done for MoFi. Because if you do that, then you can control the narrative at the store, you can control promotions, you can do whatever it is that you want to do while you are still actually making money through the normal day-to-day running of the store. And so obviously this is not something that you'll see big changes in numbers of sales of MoFi made overnight. This will take time. But if you employ this strategy that I'm talking about, in the next 20 years, you will have a distribution network for MoFi that is unrivaled. And if I extrapolate this to say the next 30 years, including the revenue that you'll be making from the stores, say you had 10 stores in Joburg, and then at the end, and say you end up having, say, 20 stores in every province. Yes. Those are the sort of things that, who knows down the line what other product you want to sell. Do you want to go through the same process of trying to beg people for shelf space? That's one thing for me that I realized a few years ago. I think this was 2016. I realized that I can't do anything that has to do with selling a product in South Africa or anywhere in the world unless I'm able to control shelf space. We understood this concept from John Davison Rockefeller, that you have to control shelf space. Because if you don't control shelf space, it's going to be very difficult for you to be able to get any product that you want to sell to the shelf that you want, and subsequently in the hands of the customers that you want to sell it to. So I'm not saying that you need to choose between the approach that you've been employing so far and the approach that I'm presenting to you. I'm saying that this is both and. But also what I'm saying is that this approach that I'm saying, that I'm giving you right now as another alternative or as an addition, it has a potential of expansion and other unintended benefits for other products down the line that you might want to launch. Over and above the fact that you'll be making money from the fact that you are owning this franchise. Guys, some of the richest people in South Africa are are retailers. Raymond Ackerman and the family, which is now run by Gareth, the son, Christoph Wiese, and Withy Passon. These are some of the richest people. So for me, the issue of retail is an obvious space to play, especially if you want to sell a product like energy drink, so that you don't have to get a heart attack each time some international product gets dropped, and you have to compete not just for customers, but you also need to compete for shelf space. And the big win and loss that happens when it comes to products in any sector or in any market, whether it's South Africa, Europe, or the US, it's a competition for shelf space. So me in particular, I'm not interested in investing in anything in South Africa. I'm not interested. My interest right now is to build something in the US and build businesses in the US. But those are the things that I'm thinking about. Retail is a big part of the things that I want to do. Retail is a big part of things that I want to do, mainly because I understand the importance of shelf space. It doesn't matter how good your product is. You need, at the end of the day, be able to put it in front of customers. And you need to be able to put it in front of customers in a manner that is sustainable and consistent. And the staying power of Red Bull has to do with the fact that they're in stores, they're in garages. Petrol stations are also a big opportunity, which I'm not going to go into right now. Because petrol stations are open 24/7. People are there, they're tired, they're driving, they need something to boost their energy. And you have a petrol station, you have a few, say you have a few in Gauteng, and the only energy drink that they sell is, guess what? More fire. Do you think the driver's not going to buy it? They're going to buy it. Whether they like more fire or not, they're going to buy it. Because they need an energy drink. They're at a petrol station, and this is the only energy drink in front of them, and that's why they buy it. That's also the reason why people buy Red Bull. I need an energy drink. The only one in front of me is Red Bull. Yeah, so that's my advice to DJ Sbu. That's my humble advice. I have so much respect for you and for what you've done in terms of what you are building. Building More Fire is a very bold thing. It's revolutionary. It's forward thinking, and it's the space where we are supposed to play. Manufacturing, farming, retailing, making products. That's the space that we are supposed to play in. So I respect you for that. And I'm not saying that I know better than you or anything, or that you don't know what you're doing. I'm just saying that over and above the strategy that you and your team are following with regards to distribution of More Fire, do you want to consider this one, which might be slow, might not have immediate results at the beginning, but might be the most sure thing for you in terms of long term, especially if you are someone who's considering making other products in the future that you need to make and be able to immediately put in front of customers. So yeah, to everyone else, hit me up below, comments. What do you think? Do you think this advice I'm giving to DJ Sbu is good advice? Do you think it's gonna like it? What do you think? Hit me up. And if you drink energy drinks, let me know. What, like, do you like More Fire? I've never tested it. I don't drink energy drinks. Have you drank Prime? Thoughts, comments? Hit me up. But till next time, see you on the flip side.